coming to Can Talks. I am so thankful every single one of you are here to learn about the issues we face as disabled individuals. Now, 2 years ago, I moved with my family from Greenville to the blessed state of Anderson, South Carolina, y'all. Yeah, see, y'all know what I'm talking about. See, all of you Greenvillians up here think it takes like hundreds of miles in time for us to get here, when it's in fact 1 hour. I see half y'all going down there for the Clemson games all the time. But it's great that it's only 1 hour because I don't have to deal with layovers. Y'all know how that is. Or that wretched airplane food. Ugh, disgusting. When I was getting ready to start kindergarten, my mom noticed that there was something different about how I responded to noise, my lack of attention, and inability to transition from one activity to another, which was very evident. It was also noted that I had difficulty learning how to read and count. But luckily, my mom is a nurse, and she went to my pediatrician and received a referral to a speech and developmental pediatrician. I was later diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. For reading, I was placed with a speech therapist that started me on the Wilson Learning Program, a special program that teaches structure of the English language, decoding and finger tapping. For example, cat, and spelling in a sequential manner. Through the Wilson Learning Program, I was able to learn how to read by sounding out letters in the alphabet, which was very helpful for my disability. The teaching methods and accommodations through that program helped me master the difficult task of learning how to read. My ADHD, on the other hand, was very difficult to manage. And by the act of God, my doctors found the right medication quickly. I would love to give a shout out to my parents. I see y'all standing right there. Love you. But by helping me find the right programs and resources to address my disabilities, along with putting up with me and my obsession with, let me see here, rocks, cookbooks, fossils, blah, 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 blah. Lots of fossils and rocks, okay? You should see our garage. My dad was my homeschool teacher from 3rd grade through my senior year. I'm so sorry. Bless your heart. I mean, you're probably wishing you had another kid at this point, but y'all know how it is. But this was a special gift as I struggled with my schoolwork. And the individual attention provided me an opportunity to learn at my own pace. And again, receive the accommodations I needed to meet my academic goals. Careful attention to my needs allowed me to finish school by early afternoon, praise Jesus, and allowing me to other activities such as piano, horseback riding, and singing. Despite all the careful attention to my academic goals, my disabilities complicated my transition from high school into adulthood. During this time, I was diagnosed with a rare eye disease called keratoconus. It has caused my corneas to bulge forward and affected my ability to drive and perform basic tasks. I was seen by a specialist and underwent lots of testing. And I was finally able to be fitted with corrective contact lenses that reshaped my corneas. I am able to see clearly right now for the first time in my life. As I transitioned out of high school, everybody was going to college, but I hit a stone wall. Now what? Resources and programs became less available once I aged out of high school. I was placed in a box with other people with disabilities, which was so frustrating, and now individual planning goals became cookie-cutter programs. That was disappointing because people with disabilities have very little opportunities to really advance our skills and abilities that are of interest to us as we get older and move into adulthood. For me, this included areas of baking, cooking, dog grooming, and dog grooming. We are all individuals with our own sets of strengths and weaknesses and interests, which leads me to share about what is most relevant to me now. Pre-employment opportunities and job placement for adults with disabilities. There is a great lack of disability in the job force when it comes to those with physical and mental disabilities, which is shocking to me. Many people have a huge misconception about what it means to be a disabled individual. Needs and supports vary even under the same disability. I look at disabilities as a spectrum. On one side, there are people that are independent, that might be able to drive, dress themselves, or hold a job. And on the other side, there are people that are more dependent, that might need a caregiver, a family member, or a trusted friend to help them get their basic needs accomplished. But what ties all disabilities together is that every person wants to feel needed, and that is important, and a basic human need for everyone. I was one of the people who tried college with accommodations, and it didn't work for me. So I tried dog grooming, as I always wanted to work with animals. I could get a certificate without college, which was a huge win because no homework. Yeah, I need an amen from the whole crowd for that. No homework, no homework. I mean, who likes homework, right? I was upfront with the school that I learned slowly and have a disability as well as my eye condition. 5 poodle dogs, 4 mental breakdowns, 3 nail trims later, I was able to get my grooming certificate. Despite completing the program and working so hard, the school would not hire me, which is customary, and I was let go. That was the worst day of my life. And I was let go from other grooming jobs later as well. I felt like a disappointment to my family, a failure, and it was also extremely embarrassing. People can say that they understand that you have a disability, but then expect you to perform as a typical person. It is heartbreaking to hear that you cannot do what you want to do because you are disabled. But one thing that has helped me cope is my love for cooking, which led me to work with Hobnobs and Heroes. Shout out to Olivia Ivy, I know you're not here. As an intern, I have been able to learn so much, and I've been accommodated in a way that led me to feel confident and successful. But unfortunately, I have not found an option where I can earn a livable income while cooking. I currently drive for Domino's Pizza, which is great because my car always smells like pizza. And I can get you it, and remember, week-long carryouts, $6.99. But that is not where my heart lies. My job at Domino's allows me to feel needed and pays for some of my basic necessities, like a phone bill and a car payment. But it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Don't I deserve a career where I feel fulfilled and can be as independent as possible? Don't we all? My overall dream is to have a large community of varying businesses that would cater and hire adults with disabilities. Employees could be trained for a specific job within that business in such a way that highlights their strengths and weaknesses. Hold on, I got a little lost here. I'll be right with you in just a second. All right. All right. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. While we're looking, it's like, I wish I had some great jokes to tell right now, but I don't. But you know what? I think we're just about here. All right, there we are. All right, let's see. It would be wonderful for the community to utilize our unique skills and talents. Remember how I learned best? Through intentional teaching and accommodations. Businesses can do that too. All it takes is providing reasonable accommodations like large print for the visually impaired, extending time to complete tasks, or headphones for those with noise sensitivity. As an example that comes to mind for me, it's a special needs cafe at my church. Where are my Brookwood people at? I see y'all. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. That supports in a way that helps those that work in the cafe to not only get the job done, but to feel confident while doing so. There are opportunities to take orders, pump syrup, grind coffee, and even be an actual barista with the support of a coworker. It is an opportunity for us to become a productive part of a cafe, as well as providing real job experience. It would be wonderful to have other opportunities for the support in the workplace. I mean, I would have personally loved that for dog grooming and cooking. But wouldn't it be great to see it in childcare, pet sitting, or even hotel management? Yeah! But possibilities are endless, and with the creativity and the right attitude, the list is as long as there are talents and skills of disabled adults wanting to work. And there will always be a need. I would love to see our community come together and educate people about the broad spectrums of disabilities and what it means to be a disabled person. I would love a future where all adults with disabilities can thrive in the workplace and succeed in a safe and caring environment that properly caters to their individual needs. I recommend volunteering with your community in organizations like Able SC, David's Table, the Barbara Stone Foundation, Hobnobs and Heroes, and Project Search. They have great resources for job training and support businesses for hiring people with disabilities. This is also a great way to better understand the needs of the disabled community. I would like to close out my speech with a word of encouragement. Be the change you want to see in the world. All it takes is one person to inspire a village of people to come together and make the difference. Also, I told you the worst day of my life, so I better, tell you the best day of my life, right? The best day of my life would be seeing equal opportunities in the workplace for people with disabilities. Thank you so much for having me.